Hello there and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, hi, I am Korra. I'm self-employed. I run a network of niche content websites and live in Charlotte, North Carolina with my husband and our sweet dog. And welcome to a few days of my life. It is actually Sunday morning, specifically Easter Sunday. And while we don't do nearly as much as others do for this holiday, we are having my family members that are currently in Charlotte over. My family is generally splitting their time between North Carolina and Minnesota right now until everyone makes their way down. So it's my mom and my little sister, they're the ones that are here the most, are going to come over, and we being me and my husband, are making brunch. I'm making a strawberry tart and like a puff pastry goat cheese appetizer thing, and then Matt is making I believe patsitsu. So I'll include a little bit of footage today specifically of the cooking and baking, but generally I want to be present with my family and enjoying this nice little holiday. It's gonna be cloudy today, but it's gonna be like 85, so gonna spend some time outside as well. And then Matt leaves for a business trip tomorrow morning, like really early tomorrow morning. So I have Monday until Thursday morning to get so much work done. And really the reality of it is I'm probably gonna burn out. And the reason I don't burn out is because Matt brings me back to reality when I get into a hyper focus trance. I promise that I'm going to balance hobbies because I've gotten so much better at that. I love hobbies. I'm a collector of hobbies, and we're gonna make sure that, especially while Matt is gone and I don't have as many excuses not to work, that I'm also balancing time with things I love and not just work, okay? All right, let's start getting ready for Easter. I think this is going to be quite tasteful. And today's Easter Sunday. Scared. Wrapping up, as in cleaning up after Easter, but it was a lovely little brunch. And by the way, I am wearing this adorable dress from Sale to Table. It's one of my favorite brands. She was so cute for Easter and does not get enough wear. So, and then I did just throw on my white Puma sneakers, you know how I am. And now we're gonna go walk Stella. It is like 80 degrees and sunny, so I'm pretty excited to spend a little bit of time outside.
Not breathing very well. Like, I'm gonna be a living.
Good morning, friends. It is 8 o'clock on Monday morning. I am finally up. My alarm went off over an hour ago, when Matt left for work, for his work trip to Toronto at 5 o'clock this morning. I woke up to it, obviously, and had a hard time getting back to sleep, which I really should have just not tried to get back to sleep. I should have just gotten up and started my day, but I didn't, so. Then when my alarm did go off, I was like, no, I just fell back asleep. We do keep our brewed coffee in the fridge to keep it cool, because iced coffee is just superior. Anyways, so I'm gonna make this coffee, have a few sips before I go take Stella out, and then we're gonna get started with the work day. I have a lot I'm trying to get done over the next 3 days because I can get a lot of filming done without living with somebody else at the same time. Somebody else who also works from home, Matt, my husband and I both work from home. YouTube and filming short form content is not my main source of income. My main source of income is my websites. But I've been trying to really expand that because I love the creativity and just I really enjoy the process of movie making, like creating content like this. I used to make little versions of this back like in middle school, just for fun. Like it's something I truly enjoy. But also with the AI world happening, I'm a little bit worried about the security of my websites. So that's a conversation for another time. Had a couple sips of coffee and you can see it, my personality is, it's defrosting, it's thawing. What's that little thing that's like, yeah. You know what I'm talking about? I am gonna go stir crazy being here alone for 3 days. Though my mom did text me this morning to say that she went to check on my garden. It was very appreciated because it was like 86 degrees here this entire weekend. And I knew that they needed attention, but it's gonna start raining either Tuesday or Wednesday. And I was kind of like, oh, do I wanna go over and water it today? I wasn't sure. And then my mom texted me this morning and was like, I watered the garden for you. And I was like, which I didn't want this garden to be any kind of a hassle to any of my family members. Like my mom and my sister live there the most, but like my mom was back in Minnesota for the last few weeks before this. And like, I don't want it to be anybody's responsibility but my own. They get to enjoy the garden, but it's not their responsibility to deal with it. But that's also just not how my mama is. And I love her to death. And she was like, nope, they were drooping and I took care of it. So thanks, Mom. As you can clearly tell, and you might be able to hear Stella in the background munching on her breakfast, but I'm gonna start getting some work done. I think we're gonna start in here before I tread desk in a little bit. Hi friends, it is now 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Monday. I'm about to get a round of laundry going. This is just like the dirty cleaning rakes. We try to use like reusable cleaning cloths and stuff whenever possible instead of paper towels. My husband touched the knobs on my washer. So I'm not supposed to do that. All right, with that beautiful noise in the background now, let's do a little update. So I got a vlog edited earlier that is obviously up by this point because I generally post vlogs in chronological order, and it took a little more editing than I had anticipated it was going to. And then also I remembered I hadn't posted my boutique series that I put on TikTok onto YouTube Shorts. So I've been adding those. They take a long time to process and upload because they're like 2 to 4 minutes each. I love them. I love the series. I made a playlist for it on here. So if you're watching this and you haven't seen those yet, go watch them because I think it's so much fun if you like to support small businesses. But now what I really actually want to share is update on my shirt, on my little embroidery stitch shirt. Since the last time, oh, I actually cannot recall the last time, but these ones up top, I'm going from the bottom up, which actually I have regrets about, but you know, learn from my mistakes. But I know I haven't shared this one. I'm not sure if I shared that one. My husband said this one is his favorite because the flowers, which I do like the way the flowers turned out, but currently this is still my favorite. I think she's so pretty. And I'm about to start on this one today, hopefully. And I'm thinking, wait, I actually already pre-selected. The stem is gonna be this like sagey green. Flower's gonna, like the center is gonna be this just traditional yellow. And then this corally pink is gonna be the flowers. And I think I'm gonna do them in the like lazy daisy formation that I did on this one too. But she's looking so cute. Oh, I also added this little detail on the back. Just like a little line of cross stitching because I'm not sure if I'm gonna do anything on the back yet. I'm actually leaning towards not. This is taking me longer than I would have thought because I have a lot of things that I try to do every day. And unfortunately, there's not enough hours in the day. So on this really dramatic note, I'm gonna get back to work to edit my Antique Day vlog, which I did start editing, but my brain knows that logically I need to take a break from that and write my crochet articles for the week. I have 913 words on a crochet article for the week, and I'm not anywhere near done. So that one's doing good, and I actually already have one written for tomorrow. For those of you who are new to this channel, which is statistically like 80% or more of my viewers on every video, hello, hi, I'm so glad you're here. A quick rundown on my websites that I keep talking about. Crochet.com was my very first website. I launched Crochet on April 14th of 2019, and that was actually my second website. I had a website in high school that was like a just purely like a for funsy blog. So there, Crochet is actually my second site. Crochet.com is my original baby. And I started her as a creative outlet, and when the pandemic hit, I was the director of sales at a Marriott hotel in Columbus, Ohio, and the property ended up completely shutting down due to the pandemic, and I was one of the last 3 employees left. I had ops experience as well, so I was able to do both ends, and I was one of the last employees, and when it shut down, I was like, oh my gosh, like, where is my industry that was supposed to be recession proof, which it is pretty recession proof, but you know what, it's not pandemic proof. So I was definitely, you know, it was challenging. I was spiraling, and I told Matt, my at the time boyfriend that I lived with, we've been together for when the pandemic hit, we've been together for almost exactly 5 years, and I told him I want to try to make this like a full-time thing. I want to make it like a real resource, and I want to make an earning off of this. Like, I want to make a full living off of this. And he said, I mean, to go for it. What else are you, like, can't get another hotel job right now. So I went like full-time working on it in April of 2020, and it was by July of 2020 that I was making what I considered a full-time wage, because it would have been like the national minimum wage. And then by the end of that year, I was making more than I had ever made working in hotels. It was at that point that I launched my second site, Korra the Explorer, and then 2.5 years later, I launched Talk Plan to Me. And I run all 3 of those. And also, I don't always get that much time to just directly talk with you guys without my dear angel of a husband interrupting, because we both work from home together, and we actually now currently live in a 1,200-ish square foot apartment in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we previously lived in a house about 3 times the size in Ohio, and it was a lot easier to get space and quiet specifically to film in that situation. But we are house hunting, as I've mentioned a couple of times. We are starting the process. I mean, we were like early in the process. Anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling. There's like 30 minutes of me just sitting on this couch talking to you guys footage. So I'm gonna get back to writing this article. I'm gonna see if I can power through and write 2 or 3 articles today, and then I want to film a couple short forums, and then tomorrow I want to film some like longer sit down content for on here as well. I want to do what I used to do, which was a lot of like talking through my articles, going a little bit more in depth than just, some people like to read, some people like to watch and listen. It really depends on the person, right? Everyone has different consuming and entertainment and learning styles. And so I like having like the 2 options for that, but I'm hundreds and hundreds of articles behind on that. So we're gonna get to that tomorrow. But today I'm gonna go slap a little bit of makeup on. No, I'm gonna write these articles. Oh, the camera has made the decision that at minimum I need to go charge it. Okay. Checking in about 2 hours later. As you can tell, I had to get ready for the day. I finished that article that I was working on, and then I got ready. Sorry, this pillow's driving me crazy. And then I got ready and filmed a couple short form content videos about some of my plants, representative of talkplantome.com. And it is almost 5 o'clock, and I'm gonna start dinner because I realized I have not eaten nearly enough today. This is what happens when your wonderfully talented chef husband is not home. I really thought there was gonna be more leftovers from Easter than there ended up being, which is like a good problem to have, obviously. But that means that I need to whip something up for dinner. And I'm not really sure where I'm headed with this. I do know that I have tofu. I got this at Trader Joe's the other day. It's one of my favorites. I don't think that people understand how much I love this tofu, but I would like to do rice or noodles with it. But I didn't start rice, and it'll take a long time. So I have udon noodles. I was worried I didn't have a sauce, but then I remembered I got this one at Whole Foods the other day. Matt actually used some of it in a stir fry already. So I am going to have a little noodle tofu stir fry. I love, love, love the art places. This is the finished product. I don't think it even looks that bad. I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. It's going to taste pretty good. It is authentic to nothing other than myself. But it's gonna be good. These are some jalapeno crisps. It's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be tasty. I'm gonna get to eating it. Just got back in from letting Stella out for her final let out of the night. Oh, thank you for the kisses. And I'm getting set up for the night. I am going to put some, I'm either gonna put like, I wanna either put like some girly, like, you know, some for the girls movies on, or I'm gonna put some of my favorite YouTubers on. Haven't decided yet. And then I'm gonna grab stuff because I'm gonna paint my nails while getting a little bit of work done. Like probably like 2 more hours before I'm gonna be like really ready to go to sleep. So especially without Matt, I don't, it's really cheesy, but you know, I don't sleep well without him here, so. All right, gonna get to my stuff. I'll see you probably again tomorrow. Hey.
Paste determinate tomato plants I think I have ever.
Good morning, friends. It is almost 9 o'clock. I slept in way more than usual. I'm thinking about how I want my day to go. By the way, this Chobani sugar-free salted caramel, delicious. So I want to film at least one like sit down standalone video. I want to do 1 or 2 of those today. I think I'm going to do that in the morning because it's going to get cloudy this evening because it's supposed to rain. And I want this like beautiful natural light, which there's so much natural light here. It's like sunny every day. I love it. Okay, so gotta get laundry done as well. And I would love to get some stuff written, normal promotional work. I have a ton of short form content sitting in CapCut that I need to get actually like posted. I'm really bad at that. Also, way more exciting than any of these updates, my nails are so cute. I did these little tomatoes that I keep seeing all over Pinterest, but on Pinterest, they were all like, you could see like the 5 stem, like all 5 little points of the stems on basically all of them. But I wanted it to be like some of them, like this middle finger. This is probably not showing up very well, but like it's like half off. I will probably check back in with you guys after I'm done filming the standalone video. So I'll see you, hopefully this will be by like noon. Wish me luck. All right, friends, I just finished filming the first sit down video. We're gonna see, I'm gonna put my chair here. We're gonna see if I get to another one. My brain starts to get like a little bit drained from talking and creating in that fashion. So I'm gonna let my brain like reset and recharge. I'm also still not done with my coffee. So we're gonna blame my lack of coffee in my system on this. But it is 10 o'clock on the dot. I'm trying to decide on my timing because if I wanna do laundry, I can't film at this because there's just not, the washer and dryer are way too loud, and this is not a very large apartment, and so you can hear it everywhere in the apartment. But I think I only need to do like 2 or 3 loads. So if I get that going now, then I could film another video in the afternoon once I'm like refreshed and refueled. I also haven't eaten anything today. I need to eat something. Laundry, eat, work on some promotional content, see if I fill up to another sit down video. That's the plan. Hi friends, so I just got back in from walking Stella, and when I left, I saw that my Thrive Market box had gotten delivered. All right, first things first, from the If You Care, which I don't know if this is Thrive Market's brand or if it's just like another eco-friendly brand that they carry, but they're just cleaning gloves. I'm actually just gonna take this out and recycle this now. I was just in need of some cleaning gloves, and they're only like $4 or something. Almond extract, y'all know I've been baking like crazy. I need to find that drawer though. A few And my favorite little snacks. These are all Smart Sweets, which Smart Sweets used to be Project 7, or was that a different one? I don't remember, but the little Swedish fish and the licorice are my current kicks. This is just like a freebie, but it's mackerel bar, smooth sanctuary, double chocolate, and peanut butter chips, which is just a bunch of words that both me and my husband like. I was like, okay, like that'll get consumed in our house. So I don't always, I've said this before, like depending from the market, Ulta, anywhere that does free samples, if it is not a product I would ever actually see us using, I will not take it because that is just wasteful. And I really don't have the option to opt out. This is what I was really excited about. It's vanilla extract, but with vanilla seeds still in it. I don't know. It's supposed to be better than what I've previously been using. I just don't think it's gonna fit very well in here. I think the rest is all beverages because I am a beverage girly. So one second. I can see through these ones. This is, I know for sure my wild berry or whatever. What berry flavor is it from Poppy? Wild berry, yeah. 2 wild berries, which are one of my favorites from Poppy. And then I got these. I've tried other things from Sound before. They have like a raspberry tea that's really good. So I got these. It's sparkling water with white tea. It's just 5 milligrams of caffeine, like a really light little burst of caffeine. I thought that could be nice sometimes. Honestly, also could be fun as like a pre-game cocktail mixer. And I just got 2 other probiotic. These are not probiotic. Prebiotic, whatever. Not whatever. I know there's a difference, but stay with me, guys. And I've gotten these before. They're the peach iced tea prebiotic drink. All right, and that is it. Pretty short Thrive Market haul this week, but didn't need a ton. Also, I have been drying my air plants. I find that the best way to water air plants, oh, I still have my sunglasses on, hold on. I find that the best way to water air plants is just to run the sink, put them under from both the base and the top, but this one specifically has some, sorry, the hiccups, crispies that need cut off. So let me do that quick. This guy doesn't have any crisps, and neither does this one. All right. So I'm just gonna put them back. I actually don't have a specific order for these, so I have these little magnetic hooks. I've shared them before on here, but I love them. They're so cute for the air plants. They're perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm actually going to go Tradesk and get my article about rotating crops in a small garden done, and whatever else I can get done before I am tired of walking.
Getting lost in all my thoughts. Is it wrong to feel this way? So confusing, the story of my life. The weather changed when our lines crossed, and I've never been the same. Chapter 1, the story of my life. The story of my life. Don't tell me that.
Good morning, friends. It is 9:40. I'm eating my breakfast. I'm drinking my coffee. Stella and I, yeah, eat your breakfast, sweetie. Stella and I went for a pretty long walk this morning, and now she's not wanting to eat her breakfast. We are not hunger striking when Daddy isn't here. Come here. It is 9:40. I am behind on my really ambitious to-do list, but honestly, when I woke up this morning, it is really hot in here. Hold on. To put the air conditioning on. I actually started this to tell you that my main goal today is to put away laundry and do 300 plus pins. I want to max out the schedulability on all 3 sites. And that's honestly, it's not going to be very fun to watch. And I'm trying to try to get another article written and, you know, normal work stuff. But the main focus of today is going to be like pin marathons. I'm going to be focused really hard on making sure that I have lots and lots of pins scheduled for this weekend because I want to do a lot of fun stuff this weekend. I don't want to have to be working. It'll probably take me about 3 to 4 hours to do that. And you don't want to watch that. So I'm going to actually end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching to this point. I love you guys so much. I am having the best time building this community. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope that you give it a thumbs up and more importantly, subscribe so that we can start hanging out more regularly. That being said, also, I would love nothing more than for people to comment below if you've watched this whole video or if you watched previous, or also especially if you watched previous videos. And just introduce yourself, say your name, say where you're from. That would be so much fun. Okay, that is all. Have a good one. Bye.